Are you ready for the tea? Wow, my computer answered me. That was freaky. Hey guys, I thought today would be a good time for an update video. I have made one a couple of weeks ago, but I never edited, and I can't find it on my camera stick, so I don't know what happened to it. I'm sorry, I am burning up in here. What are the things that happened that just stood out for me the last couple of weeks? Well, I still haven't received the check for overpaying taxes on my house, so I could buy a new washer for the basement because, you know, as you know, the basement flood, my washer and dryer just kind of went kaput. And let's see. So the other week, my refrigerator, I woke up and it was I have carpet in the kitchen. It's not my doing, it's just that's the way it has been, and I just haven't had the money to have the carpet pulled up and have vinyl put in. So I got up and the carpet in front of the refrigerator was soaking wet, and so I unplugged it and, you know, poured out the ice maker chest, whatever you want to call it, and I plugged it in again. And okay, so let's back up. I'm sorry. A couple of weeks ago, my dad was on vacation, and the day he came back, I came home, and my refrigerator was making the most enormous sound ever. I mean, it was loud. And so I unplugged it, and my dad came over like Tuesday afternoon, so it's been unplugged for like 2 days, and it starts working fine. It's like great. So then we fast track to 2 weeks later, and the ice has melted, and it leaked out of the refrigerator or freezer. And so I turned off the ice maker and I did all the ice out. And when I came home from work, I could tell that it was, you know, it was still cold. I still wasn't sure if it was just the ice maker that was messed up, because, you know, the refrigerator was still cold. So I waited a little bit longer, and then the next day it was warm. So I'm like, okay, so it's not just the ice maker, it's the whole fridge that is not working. So then we had July 4th coming up, and I had just had the refrigerator repaired in February, which was like $175, and then I also had bought a new water filter for it, because we figured that the water filter that was on it hasn't been changed in like eons. So we did that. That was another, like, I think $30. So that's already $200 right there. So I called the repairman. I'm like, hey, do you guys have warranty on your parts? Because my refrigerator is doing the exact same thing that it did in February. So he came over and he's like, you know, he's asked me all these questions. He's like, oh, it sounds like you need a new compressor. I'm like, oh dear. He's like, well, let me try to replace what we did last time, see if that worked. And it did. And he also told me that a compressor for the refrigerator I have right now would be $800. And for $100 more, I can get a new side-by-side refrigerator. But I really, like, I don't need a side-by-side refrigerator because it's just me. Yes, it's nice having the convenience of having ice right there at your disposal, or the water fountain. I mean, it's great, you know. Don't get me wrong, but I don't need it. So I went a few days without a refrigerator. It was like camping in your own house. So then my friend, who she is just moving, she is moving from her own place with her boyfriend to his boyfriend's parents, because they're having some financial issues, so they're moving in with his family's house, which, you know, that's cool. But she was like, hey, I have this tiny little refrigerator, you know, that it's just a beverage refrigerator. Would you like to use it? I'm like, well, let's hold on, because I was like, you know, the repairman is coming Wednesday, so I might be good. And I texted her, I'm like, hey, you know, the refrigerator was working again, so thank you for the offer, but I don't need it. Well, I get up Thursday morning, and just out of curiosity, I checked the refrigerator. And I opened the door, and there's no light in it. And I'm like, huh. So I twist the light bulb, and it doesn't work. And I look over, because when the sound happened 2 weeks ago with the refrigerator, that really freaked me out. I took the refrigerator and unplugged it from the regular plug, and I put it into the ground plug that is by the sinks, which is, it's regulated now. You have to, if you have a water source, you have to have ground outlet plugs. So I plugged it in there, so in case something was happening, like it was overheating, it could shut it off. Because one of my biggest fears is a house fire. So, I look over, and the light for the ground outlet was lit. So I unplugged it, and I tried to plug it back in, and every time you plugged it in, it tripped. So I'm like, great, there goes the refrigerator. So I had to call up my friend, and I picked up the refrigerator. So then she asked me the other day, she's like, hey, since you need a new washer, I'm selling mine. Do you want it? I'm like, yeah. So we worked out a deal, and it's you know, it's a good price. It's a 5-year-old washer. She's selling it for $200. So, and she's like, well, now I just need to find somebody who wants a dryer. And I'm like, well, I need a dryer, but you know, I had my mind set on a washer because I can do without a dryer for a while because I have the drying rack, you know. So, but you know, if I can get a dryer, then sure. But now I also have to add a refrigerator to it. So that's what, whenever I get to check, and my mortgage company has contacted me, like they changed people in their credit department, so they're shorthanded right now. And they told me last month that it will be out at the end of June, and then on July 5th, I'm like, hey, I haven't gotten anything yet, and then they were like, well, we're just now working on June 17th. I don't know what that means, but okay. So hopefully maybe at the end of this month I'll be able to buy a refrigerator. And then another thing that has happened is right now I'm wearing a temporary crown for that tooth. And it got a little bit shortened. That was $200, and then I go in at the end of the month for the final, which is going to be another $200. But one thing that happened, what was really weird, is the next day I had a little piece of tooth chip out of this tooth right here, and it's like, oh my word, this can't be happening. Like, and then I have this tooth over here which has a crown buildup. That one chipped, and I've been getting some activity, like, you know, when I drink something cold, it's like, okay, I can feel it, so I probably have to get that pulled, and I think that's like $80. So we shall see. I don't know how far my insurance will go, but this dentist is working with me. I just have to remember that I'm getting a washer and dryer, and that's going to be $400. So my friend is cool. Like, I told her, it's like, I can pay you $100 this Friday, and then probably $200 next month, and then the last $100. But I think she'd be fine if I just give her $50 per paycheck. I don't want to do that. I would rather like have it paid off sooner, because I don't really like making deals with friends like that, you know. So I want to get that paid off as soon as possible. Now, yesterday I got some bad news. And I thought about making a whole video about this, but then I was just like, you know, it would seem like I'm exploiting it, and I really, after I talked to a few people about it, I felt better, so I didn't really have to make a YouTube video about that. But since this is more of an update video, I do wanna make note of it. So yesterday, when I went to work, our operations manager got everybody's attention, and he let us know that one of our co-workers had passed away over the weekend. And this lady, for the past couple of months, like this department I am in is I'm still pretty new. Like, we got moved at the end of January, so I've only been there for 6 months. And just where we're seated now is the first week of being in the new era, and then we only sat at the first location for about a month. So I've been sitting next to this lady for the past 5 months, so I've gotten to know her. And yeah, a lot of the time she would annoy me, and you know, she was really nosy, and sometimes that would get under my skin. But at the end of the day, you know, we would chit chat about stuff, and we would swap like pet stories. I would tell her about my 4 cats, and she would tell me about her dog, and you know, she would tell me all this crazy stuff she hears on the radio or on the news. And you know, she was interested in me, you know, coming from Germany, and you know, she was a country girl, like straight up. And it's just, when our operations manager told us about her passing, to me, I took it really hard, you know, because I don't know, it feels like, you know, she was somebody who's there, somebody that I could go to if I needed help when it comes to work, or just, you know, goof off for a moment. So not having her there, it's just, it's such a crazy idea. And it's not like, you know, it's not like they quit. It's not like they're like, they found a better job and they moved. It's like the first thing that popped in my head is like, no, I gotta tell her how much I like her, you know? And I don't know. It's weird. It makes you think. It makes you think, you know? So yeah. I don't really know how to end this after that, but that was a big shock yesterday, and she will be very missed by all of us. And you know, there's a lot of people that took it hard. There's a lot of people that were just like, whatever. That just made me even more angry, you know. It's like, but yeah. So anyway, this Saturday I will be having a new washer, well, new to me, washer and dryer, and I have so much laundry I need to wash, which, you know, like blankets and stuff that, you know, I don't have to wash necessarily right away, that I didn't wash at my dad's. And yeah. And there's a lot of makeup I want to buy, but like I said, you got the $200. Washer, $200. Dryer, $200. That's already $600 right there. I probably won't be buying a whole lot of makeup anytime soon, which makes me very sad because I love makeup. Although I just, I don't know if this video will be going up after or before my makeup storage reorganization, because I bought a new storage container because my makeup was getting cluttered, and this one's already full, so I might be looking at something else soon, but for now this will do. Then next month we're going to the Rob Zombie and Marilyn Manson concert. Jeremy is paying for that, and we're spending hopefully the night in Dallas, because I was able to take off the day of the concert because it's on Thursday and then that Friday. And I wanted to buy some fabric for some costumes. I don't know how that is going to pan out since I have $600 worth of bills coming out these next 2 months, so I don't know. But yeah, let me know what's happening in your lives. Let me know what you guys do to save money, because that's what I apparently need to do. I do have a little glass container where I'm saving, like if I have cash, that's where it goes, because I do want to get a tattoo. Like, I want it real bad. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys soon.